Hi, today's good person to know is Mark Walker. He's Content Marketing and Social Media Manager at Eventbrite. And for those of you that don't know, Eventbrite is an online ticketing and registration software provider making it easy to sell tickets online. Mark's talk was on how to promote an event with content marketing, and more specifically, how you can get a stream of interesting topics to write about. Now, I know it's a major barrier for some because how do you know what topics to focus on, especially when you should aim to post at least twice a week, which is a minimum of 8 topics a month. Mark says the key is to find topics that work, are free, fast, and where you can get the views of social influencers. But where are you going to get that kind of information? Super Cool Mark shows us what he does. He uses a tool called BuzzSumo, whose primary purpose is to tell us what's popular on the web based on social popularity. You can search on keywords, industry, your competitors, general media like BuzzFeed to find out what's popular on their site, and also search on social influencers. Mark said it was really simple to do. It only took him 30 minutes, but that his whole month was now sorted. He's now got a social calendar for September or any other month because he knows exactly what works and what he's going to write about. So if you are stuck on what you should write about, give BuzzSumo a try. I hope you enjoy this video and thank you for watching.
For the sake of argument, you're running an event and it's focused on design. That's kind of the topic and the theme of the event. Of course it's live on Eventbrite and you're ready to start selling tickets to it. You want to promote it with content marketing. So what's the first thing that you really need to do? Well, you need a content marketing calendar. And actually that's often the #1 stumbling block for people who want to do content marketing. It's having a constant pipeline of interesting new topics to write about. Once you've got something to write about, once you've got a topic or a title, hopefully it's then easier to start producing content. It doesn't have to be a blog post, it could be an infographic, it could be a bunch of Q&As with your speakers or other people who are attending your event. It could be an ebook if you want to get more expansive, it could be a webinar, like it could be any kind of content, but the key is to have these topics that you want to focus on. Just for the sake of argument, you need to fill your content calendar for September. So you're going to be posting twice a week, you need 8 topics to make sure you've got a full content calendar for September. The key is that you want to be able to find topics that will work, ideally before you've actually written them. Find those topics for free, find them fast, and find potential distribution partners and influencers in the process. You want to go from this, which is a scary blank Excel sheet, to something with a bunch of interesting topics that your audience will find engaging and bring them into the fold and make them more aware of your event, which is the whole purpose of content marketing. So, how do we go about doing this? Well, I'm actually going to talk about one of my favourite tools, which is BuzzSumo. Its primary purpose is to tell you what's popular on the web based on its social popularity. So the first thing you can do is you log in to sign up for an account, it's free, log in and put your keyword in this case design. It's going to tell you, obviously it depends on what time frame you want, but let's say for the last month, these were socially the most popular articles on the web related to design. And you look down there and really quickly you can see there's a little bit of patterns, a couple of things on a graphic designer who basically told someone to sod off because they wanted them to do work for free. You're like, oh, that could be an interesting topic to write about and relate that back to the event. And then you sort of keep running down and maybe there's nothing else that inspires you, so you change the keyword that you're using, you'll use designers. And again, there's another theme there where 2 articles have come up all about roughly the same thing, which is celebrities who used to be designers. Again, quite an interesting hook, maybe I can write something about that. Down at the bottom, I've got another one, this, which I'll come back to in a minute, but top 20 graphic designers to follow on Pinterest. Basically, that screams to me there's a formula there, which is top X to follow on Y, right? You're like, that works as a formula, clearly. You know, 1,731 people have found that interesting enough to share. If I write a similar post, hopefully you'll get a similar kind of response. You may not have the immediate audience that these guys have, but the point is that kind of thing works. Using keywords, basically, popped into the BuzzSumo search engine, you've got 3 topics that you can start writing about in September. Pretty solid topics that you know have been talked about socially and shared across the web, but you're putting your own unique spin on them so that you're not completely plagiarizing stuff, because obviously Google doesn't really like that. The second thing is you can move on to industry media or competitors. So in the search bar, you can put in a website, whatever website you want, and it will tell you all that website's most popular content and how much it's been shared. You can put their domain in and it will tell you from their blog all the most popular topics that they've been writing about. So again, you may want to use one of those to then populate your blog. This then gives you a list of all the most popular articles that have been shared from their site over the past month. And again, you can take those and rework those titles into something that's unique for your event and for your content marketing calendar. So now you've got another 4 topics to write about. The next step will be to look for inspiration from general media. So everyone knows how successful BuzzFeed is, I assume, at generating like great viral content. So that's a natural place to start. So you stick in their URL, and again, you start looking for patterns. So which US president are you? Which 80s cartoon series are you? And as you go down, you'll see there's a lot of which type of thing are you. And these are their quizzes, and they're incredibly popular. That whole thing this morning took me 20 minutes, 30 minutes. So if you guys, every month, run through this process, you could have a month's worth of fresh content that you know works socially, done in 20-30 minutes. There, you've got your headlines, you've got your content, this is what you can write about. There's a 4th way that you can use BuzzSumo, which is to put in social influences. So Smashing Mag is like a big online design magazine. And if you just put shared at Smashing Mag, it will tell you below all of the popular articles that they've shared on their Twitter feed. So again, if you've got a speaker or someone that you know is really influential in your industry and you know that they have a lot of followers, you can find out what they're sharing and start writing content that hopefully they might share as well.
If you are forward planning by a month,
yeah,
will that content be out of date by the time you actually do that blog?
You're going to do something like what people call newsjacking, which is like super current stuff. A month later, you're going to be completely out of date. But that's why I always try and look for formulas. Something like 5 things UX and UI designers could learn from Wes Anderson. Like immediately in my mind, I'm like, that is X things designers can learn from Y. So it could be 8 things, 10 things, 12 things, whatever, and you exchange that for whatever celebrity you want. It could be someone more current, and that way it's not going to run out a month later. You can actually do that every single month for the next year because you've got the basic formula there.